been seeing online recently is our use of free will, and I have been craving a scone with clotted cream and jam. So that's exactly what we're gonna make today. We are gonna start with scones, like real life scones. I feel like the ones I've shown you before I've made were not scones, like proper traditional scones. It's like American scones. So we're gonna make proper traditional scones. I don't have a scone cutter, but I have seen where people have been using mason jar lids as their cutter, so I'm gonna try that method. It seems fairly straightforward and quick enough. We will be using sourdough discard because I have, hold on, let me show you, an obscene amount of it, so we need to use it up immediately. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so it says we're gonna need all-purpose flour. Okay, so for this recipe, we're gonna need all-purpose flour, baking powder, granulated sugar, my go-to salt, unsalted butter, 8 ounces of buttermilk, 8 ounces of sourdough discard, 2 eggs, 2 eggs and some granulated sugar. So let's get started. While we're mixing everything, it says to preheat the oven. Okay, we're gonna mix 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. 4. I never thought the day would come. I think we have just enough. Okay, 2, we're gonna count that as 2. And 4 ounces of granulated sugar. Zero that out, and it says 4 ounces. And then it's 1 teaspoon of salt. Looks like it's gonna be quite heavy, so I'm gonna use my metal whisker. Toss in 6 ounces of unsalted butter chunks. Mix in the butter until the bits are the size of a pea. If you've been with me for a little while, you know why I immediately said, oh no, when it said mix in the chunks of butter. This is by far the hardest thing I have not yet been able to master. I don't know what it is. So I'm saying a little prayer that today's the day that we finally figure out what the issue is and we move forward, because I've actually avoided recipes because of this, but I was like, we're doing hard things in 2025. So this is my hard thing of this video, and I'm actually quite nervous. Again, this is your sign to do hard things in 2025, because this, oh man, this one stinks. Right, okay, we're just gonna do it, okay. It said to use a bench knife, or a bench cutter. Okay, perfect. And then we just, let me measure out 6 ounces, then we'll move it in there before it starts melting. I'm gonna lob this in here. Oh gosh, oh no, it's happening. Panic. This is where I start overthinking everything. It says mix in until it's the size of a pea. It doesn't say how, so we're gonna guess this is the right way to do this. Oh my. We're gonna conquer our fears, and we're gonna get this butter down to the size of a pea. Maybe I don't share as much as I should on here. I don't really think my life is that like exciting or shareable. I just want to like talk about baking with you all the time. But I think it would also be weird if I was viewing this and I was solely making like British things and the person making them is American. Like, it's kind of strange. So, a little bit about me. I figured this was a long time coming anyway. It's not even embarrassing. It's funny. So I've actually loved the UK since I was, oh gosh, in middle school, maybe a little bit before that. I grew up going to Disney. I grew up very, very honored, very privileged, very thankful that I had that privilege to be growing up in Disney. So naturally we have a lot of travelers come in, and my favorite type of tourist was a British person. Like, I don't know, just something about them. They were like fun and fancy. They had a little twang, I don't know. And so I just started getting obsessed with like I first heard the accent, and then I started getting obsessed like learning about the UK. And I don't know if you've ever been to Epcot. They have pavilions, and the UK has its own pavilion. So I would spend probably 90% of my time at the Epcot UK pavilion. I fear I might have followed too many people around. They might have known me by name, or like as that girl, you know, like a picture of me in the back. Not that I ever did anything weird or anything. I just like loved talking to them for far too long and probably held them up from doing their actual job because I just wanted to talk to them about their country. And I got really, really, really into the Beatles. My sister was really into the Beatles and she kind of showed me them, as well as my friend. And then that turned into like the British invasion altogether. And so I was really into the Herman's Hermits, funnily enough. I say that name and most people don't know what I'm talking about. They came every year to Epcot to perform, which was like utter bliss for me. So I was like 11, 12 years old sitting in the front row singing along. Like Peter Noon was probably like, who is this girl? And then from there it actually like progressed to where my parents surprised me with a trip to the UK as like part of educational program held through my school, and they surprised me at the UK pavilion and everyone got in on it and they gave me a bunch of like incredible gifts. It was so sweet and so fun. I feel like I owned a majority of the UK merch at Epcot, and you know what, I'm not mad about it. And then that progressed into my senior trip being a trip around the UK. That's one of the things like my husband and I actually like bonded on, was our just love for the UK. He's really into the Premier League. But yeah, we just kind of talked about that, and then for our honeymoon we literally went to the UK. So it's just a part of our lives, and spending so much time over there, so much like for me to go internationally is a lot of time for me. I just found things that I really love and really enjoy that I can't get here. So if it's not at the UK pavilion or the UK like section in the grocery store, it's usually not. The good stuff usually isn't there. I'll just try to make it, especially when I'm getting like reminiscent. Sometimes I'll look at videos. A lot of my people that I follow on YouTube are, you guessed it, British. And so I'll watch their things and I'm like, oh shoot, that looks so good. I miss when I used to be able to eat that. Or sometimes I'll look at old photos that pop up like as memories and be like, oh man, that sounds good. And so that's exactly what happened here. I started thinking about clotted cream, and then from there it was like downhill. Funnily enough, we were gonna plan a trip back to the UK this year, but we decided to make it a little bit more special because we want to go, I want to go back to Ireland and like actually spend time there. Sorry, Bonnie's back there. She just went and played her favorite game, you know, where you throw the ball and you have to go retrieve it because she's a retriever, so she's a little tired. Taking off that much time wasn't necessarily the best thing, so we're gonna make a good trip out of it. But yeah, just like a big part of my life. I don't think it's a bad thing to appreciate other people's cultures. Yeah, just like appreciating people's cultures I think is really important. It's just a long-winded way to say that I love the UK. And anytime I see that my viewers are from the UK, I get super giddy inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys. It's like we're friends across the waters. Like, it's so cool. This has gotten to the size of a pea. I'm gonna show you the consistency, and then we'll start with the buttermilk mixture. This is going well. Maybe I just need to talk about the UK and like everything would have worked out. Okay, this is the consistency. You can kind of see, honestly, right there, a little pea. So I think we're actually doing well this time around. Now that we have that, I'm gonna crack open these 2 eggs because we're whisking again. Ounces. Yes, right on the dot, perfect. And then we also need 8 ounces of sourdough disc. You can just get a nice little pour. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Woo! I'm just gonna try to get as smooth as possible. Here comes the fun part. We are gonna combine this, mix it together. It doesn't say whisk, it says mix. So I'm just gonna go in with my hands and kind of mix everything together. We are gonna knead this out to get everything incorporated. This is just like a general first mix. So we're just gonna flip this out. Ooh, there it goes. Okay, give it one more turn. Perfect. That looks looks good, guys. Holy cow. I'm going to flatten that out and then cut it out. You should know that actually severely impacts my baking skills is I don't know what 3/4 of an inch looks like. I don't know what 1/4 of an inch looks like. And I don't know what an inch looks like. So sewing and baking, who rely heavily on math, fear me and I fear them. So these are gonna be quite big. Okay. Perfect. It doesn't show me on the video how to get it out, but we're gonna guess. Okay, wait, cutie. Okay, that's there. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Wait, if I can make scones, I feel like the game has changed severely. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. To wash heavy whipping cream. So I have some here. This feels wrong. Whoa, that is funny. I don't know what's funny about it, but something's funny about it. Granulated sugar coming on. Oh, I can't even see where it is. I might be dousing this, I have no idea. Okay. Swap. Okay, perfect. Beautiful, stunning. Here's a little up close and personal. They look really good, actually. And then I didn't have another baking sheet. Well, I do, but I think it's silly to put them all on there, so I just put the one. Going in. These. I learned what it was telling me to do. It just wants me to literally turn these around. Make sure everything's getting cooked evenly. Look at the rise on these though, wow. They smell so good too. Oh, so exciting. One of them fell, but that's fine. Well, the bottom's got a bit burnt. That's all right. Post oven. This guy fell. Let me turn him back over. Oh no! Maybe he should stay over. Okay, post oven. This is what he's like. This is what they're looking like. Now this one did get a bit burnt down there. I can see. It's interesting because they were on the same shelf together, but it doesn't look like these got burnt. Minus that one. That one obviously burnt. That one's a little toasty. I could smell it, but I gave it the full time, and maybe I just needed a little less time. That's okay though. I'm excited. Good morning. I have woken up today deciding that I want a little sweet treat. So I'm gonna make this like blueberry Danish scone, or Danish I've been looking at online. It just sounds really good right now. So we're gonna start with that, and then we'll get started on the clotted cream because it says it takes a full 12 hours to bake. So I don't want to have my oven utilized when I'm thinking of other things. Four cups of all-purpose flour. 1, 2, 4. I always knew I would have a reason to use this. I need 2 1/4 teaspoons. There's 1 teaspoon. There's 2 teaspoons. So just like our cinnamon rolls, we need warm milk. So I'm going to put 1/4, or I'm gonna put 1 cup and 1/4 of milk into the microwave for about 40 seconds. Okay, adding in the milk. I'm gonna add a beaten egg. here. And then I'm gonna place an egg yolk. Okay, next step is to mix on low for 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're doing my favorite thing, yet again, cubing butter. Let's add this butter in. It says to knead it for another like 4-ish minutes. The dough's looking really good, actually. Let me bring you in a little closer. Look at that dough. It looks really nice. Then I'm gonna grab olive oil and coat it. Make it look really nice. Oh wow, the dough feels really smooth and soft. I've always wanted to make brioche dough, but it seems intimidating. But if I just disguise it as something else, then I'm more than willing to do it, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna do what I usually do. I'm gonna try to make this into a ball, like with my cinnamon rolls. And then I'm gonna coat it on both sides, just to make sure it really has a chance to grow. Now I'm gonna do what I always do, which I've never seen anyone say not to do, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. So I found success in it. And then set it aside. We'll be back in 1 to 2 hours. Okay, it's officially been an hour and a half. I'm gonna do some parchment paper here. Oh yeah, that's massive. Look at that guy. It says 8 to 12. Perfect little balls, so that's what we're gonna do. It's literally my favorite thing to do, now that I learned how to do it. Very cute. Nice and softened. So we're gonna put it in a bowl, into this bowl. This in, on, and then set it, let it do its thing. Okay, should be good. Powdered sugar. One, 2 minutes. Okay, I need 6 tablespoons of melted butter, so I'm gonna melt this while I'm doing the outside. 1/3 of a cup. 2 teaspoons. It'll fit better in here. So 2 teaspoons. 1. 2. There's the butter. Now we mix. Take this and then just make a little hole. She kind of describes it as like a donut with a connecting hole. So that's kind of how I'm trying to frame it. Okay, yum. Just gonna spoon the mixture out. So now it's a little bit fluffier. Okay, now I'm covering it with this streusel topping. I've never really had luck with streusel topping. I don't really know what it is. It's just usually never been my bestie, and that's okay. There we go. I saved all my blueberries for this moment, so it's their time to shine for sure. I just want to use them all up, so I'm just gonna put as many blueberries as I can. Okay, here's a close-up of them before they're in the oven. And we're gonna bake for 20 to 30 minutes. They look pretty good. Here we go. Here I might have made a little bit of a mistake, but like, what are you gonna do about it, you know? Look at them. Those look delicious. color is really nice. I'm gonna let them cool for like 5 minutes and then put the frosting on, and then we're gonna try one. I think it's gonna continue baking and become more golden brown, so I'm excited about that. They did get quite big. Like, I don't remember if you recall how teeny like one of these two were, but it was like this big, and now they're massive. So I think this is gonna be pretty good. This is the ingredients I have for our vanilla glaze. Looks fairly similar to the one I use for my cinnamon rolls, but just a tad bit different with the salt. I'm interested to see how it tastes with the salt. We're gonna do 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Okay, 1. It's just 2, 3. Vanilla extract. This reminds me a lot of the one I make for my cinnamon rolls. Okay, so it's 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. Let's see. There's 1. There's 2. Just says a pinch of salt, so. I'm excited. I need to be very intentional. We're going in. Here we go. I'm just gonna. Yep, we're gonna drizzle it like that. I think that's gonna be best for me. Okay, it's finally time. We're gonna set this to 175. I'm looking at it now, I realize it's the wrong thing, but we're just gonna hope for the best, honestly, because we don't have heavy cream in America. And I looked online and it says this is an equivalent, but it does say no pasteurization, and this is ultra pasteurized. So let's just hope and pray. Okay, it's been 12 hours, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's gone off. So, moment of truth. Oh, that does look like the picture, and it's still quite warm in here, so maybe it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna take it out and then show you a little bit closer. It smells caramelized, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm gonna let it cool and then put it in the fridge overnight and see if it does anything. But I will say I have absolutely no hope because it looks nothing like the picture. But we're gonna follow through and we're gonna cover it with plastic wrap, put it in the fridge overnight, and then come back in the morning. All right, y'all, it is the next day. I just opened the fridge and it's not looking great, but we're gonna try to scoop out this clotted cream and we'll just see how it goes. That is what we're working with. And just for reference, this is the color it shows that it's supposed to be, and that is the color of mine. You know, it's not half bad. I'm pleasantly surprised with that. I'm quite happy with that. I personally have not had clotted cream in, oh my goodness, almost 10 years. I think we did good. I don't know why there's brown bits on top. I think maybe it got burnt somewhat. I didn't use the correct cream that I asked for. Again, I'm in America. We don't really sell heavy cream. If we do, I think I might have to get on Amazon or something. So would I try it again? Yeah, I think I would. It required literally no prep time. It just took 12 hours. So I just needed to make sure that I was home. At some point in the day it did. But yeah, I mean, besides taking it out, letting it sit on the counter and cool down, and putting it in the fridge, that is the extent of it. So it is quite literally the easiest recipe I've ever done. Success! I'm happy with that, honestly. I'm actually really excited, or really happy with how that turned out, so fun. Oh, this has been so good. I'm so glad we ended on a high note. As usual, thank you all so much for watching and listening to me blab on about things, all things UK and baking. And I will see y'all in the next one.